Hey, on today's episode, we're going to talk about food that's fast and on the go. You know, things that aren't complicated or time consuming. Nobody wants that. You know, remember like when you go to a fancy dinner party and the waiter would go by with the plate and there'd be a ton of little appetizers. Quick to do, tasty. You could eat a whole ton of them. Let's go. Now, most of us have stale bread hanging around the house, so rather than waste it, slice it up, and we're going to try and do something that's not too complicated and pretty tasty too. Now, homemade dried tomatoes are pretty easy to do if you have a dehydrator, but you can get some good store-bought ones too. The main thing is these tomatoes are concentrated in flavor. So add some dried herbs of your choice, hot water, garlic, a bit of olive oil, put it in a food processor. In a couple of seconds, you've got yourself some dried tomato pesto, a nice flavorful concentrate. So I shredded up some cheese from the fridge. In this case, it was mozzarella. We have our stale bread. Put the cheese on the bread. You broil it. And then we'll take our flavorful concentrated pesto and we'll have crostini. Now, I make my own sausages, but you can buy some really good product out there. The main thing is just grab it, lay it flat, cook it the way you like. And there you have it. Not time consuming, flavorful, not complicated. Those are your goals. Let's keep going. Now, for all my vegetarian friends, you can do it too. Just remember, not time consuming, uncomplicated, and quick. So let's take a look around the garden. Aha, a chili pepper. Let's try something with that. So I had a bit of chickpea flour lying around, and this is a good substitute for those who have problems with gluten. Now, it's high in protein, which means it gives structure to the foods you're working with. In other words, it holds things together. So I had a carrot, potato, cauliflower, ginger, chili pepper, coriander. Just chopped it all up or use a cheese grater. Put it all in a bowl with your flour and just start mixing it together. Now this is the base for an Indian fritter known as a pakora. And basically you just squish it together and there's enough protein in the chickpea flour that it forms its own batter. The water from the vegetables is sufficient to make it hold together. So just use your hands and start squishing. And you'll notice eventually it'll start to form a little bit of a mass. It'll get sticky and you can turn it into a ball. Get ready to deep fry. So nothing complicated here. Just a wok full of oil at 350. Put our veggie batter in there. Fry it till it's golden brown. Simple. Now, there are lots of other vegetables you could use. Onions, broccoli, potatoes, sweet potato, peppers. Just use what you have on hand. Keep it simple. Put it in a bowl with the chickpea flour. Use the same method, and you've got it. Then you sprinkle some salt, a little bit of spice, Any kind of condiment, ketchup, you're ready to go. I had some more veggies, so let's do something with them. So I decided to make some beer battered veggies too. And I had a little bit of all-purpose flour lying around, some yeast. I'll show you how to make the batter. Now I make my own beer, but you can use any commercial beer or any beer that you have available that's to your taste. The main thing is add it to the flour and the yeast, let it ferment for about 3 to 6 hours, no longer, and this should give you a nice crispy batter. Now the beer that I'm using right now is pretty malty in character and not too hoppy. Why do I do this? Well, simply because when you deep fry, you evaporate off some of that beer in liquid and you concentrate the flavor. And in so doing, if it were really hoppy, it would concentrate that hop bitterness. So just be aware, try to get something a little balanced or a little malty when you're using it for your beer batter. So, lemon juice, herbs, gives the veggies a little extra flavor. Dip them, put them in a wok full of oil at 350, and you fry them up until they're golden brown. Simple, uncomplicated, not time consuming. Mission accomplished. Beer, beer battered veggies, fast food on the go, santé. Not bad.